Hey, so happy to have everyone back with Toplan Asia. Today we have a very special guest. We're going to introduce the guest with a series of very quick questions. So let's get started. What's your name?
Hey, I'm Julian.
What do you do?
I'm a founder of Salesmind AI, a B2B SaaS.
What is your B2B SaaS doing?
So we help revenue generation team to drive more sales through hyper-personalized engagement.
Wow, is AI good or bad for sales?
Oh man, it is so good.
And what is the coolest thing happening in sales right now?
Recently, the founder of LinkedIn, he cloned itself and told to himself as an AI avatar. So later we will be able to clone the best SDR of your team, and it will be helping everyone in your sales team.
Wow, amazing. So nice to have you, Julian, on the call. Uh, wow, this thing about cloning SDR sounds quite like a game changer, huh?
It is indeed a way to actually delegate the work to AI, and that's what we did actually at SalesMind. We identify a use case where actually the sales team has a huge pain point, and we build a solution around that problem.
I see. Okay, so Julian, why don't you share a little bit more about your basically how you got to founding and managing SalesMind.ai?
Yes, definitely. So this is a really interesting topic, and what brought us here again. This is because we were providing a services before, and we identify a use case where the AI is actually beating human. Um, we found out that it is more consistent and can tirelessly provide a work that we asking for it, while human sometimes have trouble in consistency, and we have some too many things that happen every day to be consistent and give the same quality every day. So what we've done is making a predictable things and automated one. So that what brought us here and to that journey.
Okay, got it. So it was really a drive to make the sales process consistent in a sense.
Consistent, yes, with the same quality and less time consuming, yes.
Okay, got it, got it. So definitely this is, I would say, right, from my perspective, an amazing way the sales mind or AI it's making the sales process more high quality and consistent. Now, how would you say, Julian, that overall AI is transforming the landscape of B2B sales?
Yes. So what I believe it is making it easier for the human to actually handle the low value task. So when before people have to write email dozen of email to just follow up with prospect and make them move forward in a funnel of conversion. You actually need that. You need those touch points to actually convert your client. And if you don't do it, you're missing opportunity. So um, before we observed like 80% of the time the salespeople, the SDR, was not actually on a call with prospect to convert them and talk to them. Now the AI is able to handle all those text-based communication. So that's a huge game changer here. And also in a way that you can scale the sales effort that you're having into your organization, because you know that AI at the end is only like a matter of power. So you can access to more really easily, upscale, downscale really easily. So it makes the sales team way more powerful than before, and make the human back to the tasks that have more sense for them. So basically, we observe that now with AI, when they leverage and the SDRs, they spend more time with the customer themselves, talking face to face on a meeting. But at the end, if you think about it, this is like before, when the horses have been replaced by the car. The horses only get the best of the life afterward. They not have like the hard work anymore.
Yeah, I think that's a way to put it. Now, from your experience, what would you say are big challenges that the SDR and sales teams face when integrating AI, right? Because I would imagine that change, like going from horses to cars, right? People had to learn how to drive, yeah, how to drive cars instead of riding a horse, yeah. So, how do you see this?
So indeed, the challenge here is to learn how to drive, and in that case, this is not like you can get a driving license for all the cars. Every model is different, every application is different, working differently. So the challenge will be to integrate it in a way that is personalized toward your own profile and needs. So what we observe is many tools are able um, to deliver features and value, but they're actually not exactly consistent with what the profile of the person is actually. So that what we observe with hallucination and the large language model. So that's the challenge to really make it constrained within the own things that you have your ecosystem to know about you, but not hallucinating. Yeah. So that's the challenge I foresee here.
I see. Okay, and actually, when it comes to the adoption, right, of AI in sales teams, do you see that coming bottom up? So the SDRs themselves trying to improve their productivity and their effectiveness, or is more top down, right? With say, the VP of sales, right, realizing the impact of these solutions, and then just pushing through with their innovation.
We've seen both. Some of the leaders that need their team to be more efficient and concentrate on more high value tasks. And we see some SDRs themselves who trying to handle way more work by themselves and introducing the solution to their manager because they experienced it and they found like um, they are the one where the solution itself benefit the most because the manager at the end of the day was not sending those emails, right? But the SDR themselves, yes. So this is like the one we really solving the pain point. So we see both, and we're happy to solve problem for both of them.
I see. Okay, so it's really a mix, right? You see both in a sense. And I
Correct.
guess the ideal scenario is when the two, right, the manager and the SDRs are seeing the benefit of integrating AI into the processes.
Yes, and this is why we integrate more and more into the organization because the SDR is the pilot and he introduces that to the other salespeople in his team and they all use the same solution afterward. But they all start with one and then they see the result and they're able to onboard their colleagues and other people to grow the team and to increase the outreach capacity.
Hmm. Hmm. And actually, on the topic of adoption, right? As the number of tools grows and also the complexity of some solutions, right, increase, do you find that sales teams of today are equipped to adopt these new processes, right, and AI into what they do, or is the training level not up there yet?
We've tried to make it like as smooth as we can because we observed they were not able and they didn't have the right technical skill to actually use those kind of tools. The learning curve was too hard and too long for them. The attention was not long enough as well for them. So that was a really big challenge that we faced to understand the maturity level of our customers, and we had to address that. So what we did is we work completely the funnel to activate our users and to provide them the best value that the salesman is able to deliver. So to answer the question, no, definitely not good skills enough. But that's what the tool need to adapt and to make it easier. Now, if ChatGPT is that easy to communicate and do the thing, all the tools they set a new standard actually in usability.
I see. So, Julian, I think I can say, correct me if I'm wrong, but that you see a big benefit in using AI for sales processes and the adoption of AI. Now, let's think really about the future, right? I mean, it's a fact, right? People can be against or pro or neutral to AI, but it's a fact that AI tools in the sales industry keep the adoption rate keeps increasing. So, how do you see the role of the sales professionals, be SDRs, managers, etc., changing, right? In a world where AI is prevalent.
I think it only gonna get better uh, when we observe that the technology is able to automate the basic task that it is not the most interesting to handle. We're gonna have an increase in the responsibilities, but we're gonna have a bigger impact in the actions that we're having and that we are doing for in our role as a sales. So now, for example, with solution like Salesmind, I can effortlessly actually handle 15-20% of AI SDR task. So I put him in a chance to have more time to do things that matter most to the company and without having the heavy lifting to do. And we're not the only software that are making the SDR and the teams easier. Some of them just to communicate for the team, some of them for sales, some of them other channels, and so on. So I only think that you're gonna remove some of the position at some point, especially data entry. I don't think no one needs that anymore, and that was kind of boring job. But the AI is able to do it more accurately, way faster at a cheaper cost. So let's do the people who are doing data entry do something way more interesting and that can reward them more. So training, for example, the AI could actually be a replacement of their having a way better impact in the society and making them providing something a little bit more entertaining or at least less boring. So you're gonna remove some of the role, gonna make new one, but we're gonna have a higher impact and better productivity.
Hmm. I see. So basically, via AI, we are increasing or we're going up the value chain, right? People are going to add more and more value, regardless of their current level, in a sense. Yeah.
Exactly, and that's what we have been doing since we created technology. Like 20 years ago, who were talking about cloud engineers?
Yeah.
No one. We were talking about people, welders that were welding the micro component into the. It does not exist anymore here, at least. And we've created stuff that are way more advanced, but provide higher value into what they are doing, right?
Yeah, and actually, Julian, I wanted your take on something. I see that nowadays, again, as AI becoming more prevalent, and sometimes you hear customers, people complaining, by being reached out by emails which are written by AIs, messages which are written by AI. Are you observing customers changing their behavior because of this?
You cut on and off. Can you just repeat the last sentence, please?
Yeah, sure. So, are you seeing customers changing their behavior because of AI, let's say, reaching out, say, with outbound email messages and other outbound methods?
So yeah, we observe a way better behavior because we really have an approach that really take care of them. I was talking with a customer previously today, and he was telling me, Julian, in French we have you, we have two different things for you, for you. So tu and vous, like the one where it's polite and the one that is more familiar. And he was asking me, Julian, why sometimes the AI say the polite way, sometimes the familiar, the easy way, right? And the answer is simple, is because we understand better how to communicate with you and to build relation with the people. So we got people that sometimes are annoyed, especially in some country where the automation have been pretty heavy used on the past and are still used today in a really wrong way. But what we observe with a solution like ours is we really matter about the communication that we're doing between our users and their prospect. So even if we got someone like who is annoyed, we're gonna have a pitch that's gonna be really showing empathy and really apologizing deeply and trying to make the thing move in the right direction anyway, even though the person is not interested business wise. On a personal level, we cannot afford to be on a mismatch with someone.
I understand. Okay, I see. So basically, could we say, Julian, that as people get more used, right, to AI reaching out to them, but also as the quality of the outreach increases, right, with additional data input and whatnot, that basically this will become the new normal, right? People would kind of get used to it. What do you think of that?
This is really interesting. I read recently that people would actually be more interesting to talk to the AI psychologist than a human one because it could show more empathy, it could be more patient, and so on. So, and at some point, I will really enjoy as well myself to talk to an AI that really are patient with me, answer whenever I need, being more personalized. So I hope it becomes the normal, but and at some point the kind of task that we're doing could be like automated in both way. And we have that question quite often, like what if my AI talk to someone using Salesmind as well, and then our AI gonna communicate themselves? And the answer and the answer is they're going to arrange the meetings themselves, because if you feel there is and there is a potential match, we're going to put you both in contact. Otherwise we're just going to say thank you very much for the talk, and if I can help you any further later, we'll do it.
I mean, that would be perfect, right? Imagine the two bots like just agreeing, negotiating, and closing a deal. Wouldn't that be perfect? Right? Now that would be really, really cool. Awesome, awesome. And okay, and actually, Julian, then in that case, right, as the technology keeps growing, by the way, going back to what you were mentioning at the beginning, we may reach a point where we don't even care about cloning ourselves, right? Because AI is so much better than us at doing certain type of tasks, say, cold outreach, right, or email outreach. Then what's the point of cloning yourself, right? You just use salesmind.ai and you settle it like that.
Yes and no, because what we do is we help you to scale the relation that you build with people. And I think having a face that is still human, even though we help you to scale, there is still a human in the loop at some point, and that important for us to make that more authentic as well. But this is something that I never heard any sort of. But would people be more interested to talk with Andrea, or the clone of Andrea, or something completely different, an entity that is completely not us, but having the sales pitch? So what would be the best from a client perspective? I think the best would be Andrea, but choosing between an avatar of Andrea or a complete thing that does not really exist, right? It's just a system. um, I will really choose, like, I think the clone of Andrea to speak with.
Right? Yeah, fair enough. I like your answer. So, Julian, overall, I would say we're going in a circle, right? There is a lot of stuff going on in AI. Mean, if you had to say maybe, yeah, one to pick one, what would you say is the biggest trend which is coming up recently, which you think will have a huge, significant impact on sales strategies in the future?
I think that the clone. that the clone, the fact that we're able to actually have a conversation with something that is not the real person behind, going to have the biggest impact. And I don't think it's going to have a good impact in our society, because we have too many people that have a dirty mind, and we use this technology against other people to scam and so on. So that's the big threat that I foresee here. But that also a beautiful one, because if at some point I'm able to be in the 100 call in the same time, but myself being at the beach with the coconut, right, could be amazing. But we all know that good could end up in a really good way.
Okay, okay, Julian. I think the last sentence just cut off. Could you repeat that?
Yeah, so I just said great technology within wrong hand could be disastrous.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, at the end of the day, right? And I think that's what you've been mentioning throughout our chat. Technology is a tool, and you can use it for the good or for the bad, right? It's up to the user, right? Yeah.
Correct.
Uh, yes. Very interesting. Okay, Julian. So happy to have had you with us today and for sharing your insights, being the founder of Salesmind AI, right? So super cool tool. I invite everyone to check it out and to try to improve their productivity and efficiency with the power of technology. For the rest, I thank you so much and see you everyone in the next episode. Take care.
Thank you very much. Bye.